Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Stevie Dainjada Tutolo from Gemini Multimedia Limited. Today is another day in the booth. This morning, I'm going to talk about how to improve your vocabulary or how to enhance your glossary. I have a simple method to enhance our glossary. Before I start, I just want to say that every meeting has its particular sides. Every meeting has its own jargon. Every client has their own vocabulary, glossary. So an interpreter is not supposed to be the know-it-all or have some kind of universal knowledge. It's a job that is very dynamic, and you cannot claim to have the whole knowledge of the world. So we are constantly studying, learning something new. We are more or less like a student. We like students because you learn new words and etc. etc. The problem is when clients hire you, they think you are super expert and you're an intellectual, you're a PhD knowledgeable about the topic. So this is a very big challenge for many of us, even those who have spent over 30 years in this profession. So my humble advice is once you receive a topic or a specific domain, it is good for you to do some research, some background research. The challenge is also when the client calls you a day before. It's quite challenging. But if you have a few hours before the meeting, it's not very practical, but you can still do something about it. Now, I would like to share my experience on that. I have serviced so many conferences, so many meetings with, for example, law enforcement, US law enforcement, CIA, DEA, FBI, and American customs, and so etc. etc. It was basically on counterterrorism, drug trafficking, and training on immigration, legal migrant, trafficking of persons, etc. etc. And I've been privy to enrich my vocabulary, my glossaries. I can say more or less I'm a specialist when it comes to law enforcement, especially in the American context. We've trained so many countries and officers when I was in Ghana. So I've acquired a huge database of knowledge, words, glossary, vocabularies, idiomatic expressions, and so on and so forth. So that is just to say that we all have some strengths and weaknesses, but we can always learn a lot by the day. Now, my method when it comes to enriching your vocabulary, I have 3 simple methods. The first method is YouTube. YouTube is your best friend. YouTube is giving you the entire world in a video format. So what you have to do in YouTube is you can link up or search for international organizations, channels such as IMF, World Bank, the World Bank, or IFC, or World Health Organization, and so on and so forth. But the mistake we make is when we go and we watch one video of one of those organizations, we think that's the whole channel. What you have to do is actually to click on the name of the channel. And then when you get to the name, we have 2 different tabs that are very important for you. We have the video tab, and then we have the playlist tab. The playlist tab is good because it helps you have a glance on very different topics. For example, when you go to WHO YouTube channel, you can see we have COVID-specific meetings, related workshops, advertisements, interviews. You also have different topics like measles, you have malaria, you have vaccinations, and so on and so forth. These are very specific, detailed topics. Same thing also when you go to, let's say, UNEP, or if you go to UNDP, you have development as a playlist, you have policy as a playlist, poverty alleviation as a playlist, and so on and so forth. You can also go to Africa Union YouTube channel. You can also go to any other. There are hundreds of them. And this is a wealth of vocabulary, of glossaries, of words, and so on and so forth. Be patient. You can take about 5 minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes a day. Just watch a random video per organization. When you have a specific topic, or if you have a conference to service in a specific domain. All right, so this is my method number 1. Method number 2, Google is your best friend. Google is your best friend because even if you have no idea about the organization, if the organization happens not to have a YouTube channel, you can still use Google for your research. You can use Google for your investigations. You can maybe Google the last meeting they held, or you can Google a lot more about the organization. You can Google what they've done in the past, or you can Google a specific topic that is going to be addressed by the client. And then you can have past meetings, past PDF related documents, reports, and then you can have a glance and you can create your own vocabulary on a Word format. I like Notepad, or on Excel format. People prefer Excel. The method number 3 is something you may not have heard about. It's actually television, but not any type of television. It's IPTV, which is Internet Protocol Television. It's a technology I've been using. I discovered that way back in 2018 when I was in Ghana, and I've been privy to watching 10,000 TV stations worldwide. So how it works is you definitely have to have either a smart TV or you need to have what we call an Android TV box. So if your TV is just LED, it is just for you watching anything that you connect with, like a USB, you actually have to buy a TV box. But if your TV is smart, it means it has Google Play. Generally, Google Play is the best. Google Play Store, and then you can download what we call IPTV players, like Smartest IPTV Pro, and we have Smart IPTV. We also have Perfect Player. We also have something called Kodi. So these are very interesting internet television softwares that allows you to watch 10,000 TV stations. I repeat, 10,000 and more TV stations, movies, and series. Now, you have to subscribe. You have to subscribe for a month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. It's quite cheaper than the traditional cables. I don't want to mention the names. You know what I'm talking about. And the good news about IPTV is that there is no geographical restrictions. We have, for example, IPTV suppliers that have about 200 and more than 200 countries. You have languages that you can never have access to, even if you have a local cable. For example, if you're in Asia, in China, you may not have TV stations from Zimbabwe or from South Africa. Or if you're in South America, you cannot have a TV station from Burkina Faso. But IPTV opens the door. It's a huge gateway with so many languages, so many countries. You can watch TVs from anywhere in the world. Why IPTV? IPTV because you have very dedicated, specific topic or expertise area TV stations. If I say, for example, Bloomberg, everybody knows Bloomberg is about international finance, international development, poverty, stock exchange. So that is very good for people who want to service like economy-related conferences. If you want to interpret for, let's say, the World Bank, IMF, or IFC, if you want to interpret for those huge organizations, those international banks, that's the go-to TV stations. If you want to interpret for business-related topics, that's the best. Now, if you want, for example, Discovery Science, National Geographic, and also many other science-related channels, then you can have good ideas about scientific meetings. Let's say, for example, the International Atomic Energy Institute. I'm not spelling it right. I don't have it off head. But that is the station that you need to go to. Or if you want to cover a meeting about, let's say, human science and so on and so forth, that's what you have to go. So this is my experience as a conference interpreter. And if you are lucky, you can have, let's say, Nat Geo or Discovery in English with subtitles in French. Or you may have, for me, I'm bilingual. I am A French and B English. Or you can watch Nat Geo in French and you can have subtitles in English. So it helps you already have some kind of equivalent or words to it. The television has a power on the subconscious mind. So you don't have to write everything you hear. You just listen. Passively, what it does is that the memory, it gets stuck like a hard drive in your subconscious mind. So the day you have a meeting and a topic just pops up, automatically your brain will start functioning and look deep inside your natural library or your natural repository, your natural dictionary. And those words will come up because you've been watching the same show. So you know more or less what it's all about. That's what you have to do. I could say also method number 4 is the traditional paper reading, but who reads today? Nobody has time. Everybody is busy on Facebook, on social media. It's difficult. I don't remember the last time I read a physical book. I prefer listening to the audiobook. Yeah, that's my idea. Guys, so I've given you so much. That's a lot of information. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Stevie Dainjada Tuto, conference interpreter and voiceover coach. I'll see you next time.